Hello and welcome to my second stream. We'll be streaming this VATSAF event from Capetown to George. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. For those of you who don't know, I am still a beginner, still learning. So any tips or comments are well appreciated. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we're here at the Alpha 4 stand in Capetown. It doesn't look like many people have spawned in just yet, but I'm pretty sure that won't be the case for much longer. So I'm gonna hop into the cockpit and we're gonna get started. Alright, I'm using a track IR head tracking for looking around. So hopefully everything works according to plan, but yeah, it actually works pretty well. Alright, so we'll start off by getting some ground power and get the plane operating before we connect to ATC. We'll start aligning the IRSs immediately. 7 minutes. Okay, so I've used SimBrief to pull up my plan to get to George. I have it's generated using sort of random settings with regards to passengers and weight. So I'm just going to configure the plane to match the settings. 184 passengers today, so that's a payload of 19.3, very heavy. And then 6.6 tons of fuel, so 19.3 and 6.6. Right, which gives us a total weight of 67.3 tons, which matches what SimBrief has told us, which is great. Let me quickly have a look if everything is working. Hello to you, Timothy. Thanks for the subscribe. And I hope you enjoy the stream. Alright, so I'm going to get into setting up the FMC. And then we'll get connected to ADC. I understand that it is Warren Smith's exam today, so good luck to him, and we'll be chatting with him in a moment. So the routing that we have planned here for today is expecting the Octet 1 Alpha departure to Octet, in Uniform Quebec 1-2 to the Zibo, in Uniform Quebec 5-6 to AMXU, and then finally direct to George with a rather difficult arrival. So let me just get that in. Okay, so we are in Capetown. We're at stand Alpha 4. Just get the GPS coordinates in. And we are going to George. We'll start off by going to the Octet. Then Uniform Quebec 1-2. To AMXU, no sorry, to Zibo. And then Uniform Quebec 5-6. To what is this? AXMU. Okay. And then finally direct to George. So we'll just activate that for now. Hit our performance. So reserves will be to come back to Cape Town, and we will need 2.2 tons for that. Our cost index is calculated at 74. I think I asked for a flight level 250 cruise. Transition altitude 7,500. I believe that is correct. Let me have a look. Cape Town, the elevation 151. That'll actually be on a star. How many SID? How many SIDs here? Yeah, so transition altitude should be 7,500. Okay, we will derate to 24k because it's a rather long runway. Then set 5 degrees of flaps, and our calculated V2 speed is 149. Punch that in. Alright, and that is the FMC setup mostly complete. We just need our departure, but for that we will first chat to ATC. So I think let's start with getting our clearance. Alright. Okay, so the frequency for ATIS would be 127.00.
Cape Town International Information Delta.
Okay, I just usually switch it off because the built-in one often gives problems. Okay, so this is information Quebec. We have QNH is 1018. It doesn't seem to have the departure and arrival runways. Let me just
Cape Town International Information Delta.
if I can, yeah.
1600 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 3000 scattered, temperature 1.
Okay, that's the built-in voice, so I think that is all we have for now. So all we have basically is the weather information, and that QNH is 1018. So let's punch that in. There we go. And then we can tune into tower 118.1. All right. Cape Town Tower, good evening. Zulu Sierra 407 at stand Alpha 4. We have information Quebec and looking for IFR clearance to George as filed.
Zulu Sierra 407, Cape Town Tower, good evening. You're clear to George as filed after departure number 19 on flight to the Octet 1 Alpha departure. Your departure frequency will be 119.70 and squawk 1122.
clear to George as filed via the runway 19 in the Octade 1 Alpha departure. Then connect to a departure on 119.70 and squawk 1122, Zulu Sierra 407. I think I got all that.
Zulu Sierra 407, your feedback is correct. Contact me when ready for push and start.
Wilco 407. And that is our clearance. Okay, so squawk 1122, we're expecting runway 19. Well, actually, we've been cleared runway 19, Octade 1 Alpha. That's interesting. Okay, so we've been cleared for the runway, the departure 1 Alpha, Octade 1 Alpha, but seems like that's for runway 1. Okay, that's interesting. I must be doing something silly. I've got here Octade 1 Alpha is runway 1, but it's giving me runway 19. I think let me call him again. Okay. Zulu 407, please could you confirm that it is the Octade 1 Alpha departure for runway 19? I have the Octade 1 Alpha departure for runway 01 available.
Sierra 407, apologies, it will be the Octade 1 Bravo.
Octade 1 Bravo departure for runway 19, Zulu 407. Okay, fantastic. So I was going crazy for a sec. Octade 1 Bravo for runway 19. Okay, so we have our CG calculated at 4.9, and that is that. Alright, so we can begin boarding, and I will get the plane ready for pushback. Okay, so battery is on, ground power is on. Let's just get the APU running. Only have the fuel in the wings today. Okay, so electric hydro pumps, plug pumps will be on. Landing gear is down, 3 green. Iris is set to nav, light test, okay. Full dampener will be on. Alright, sound switches auto. Switches, alright, fuel on board is fine. Getting set, okay, I'll fasten seatbelt line. Okay, window heat. Put that on.
Captain has come with fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt.
So air
Just as a reminder, we
conditioning,
cannot leave the
perhaps
gate
get
until carrying items are
the
properly
APU bleed
collected.
on.
All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Okay, the flight altitude today will be flight level 250. And then landing is 650. Alrighty, that's all set. Okay, pressurization, auto brake is set to RTO. E-brake is down. Parking brake set, stabbed, car switches are set, radio aids we've got in, transponders on standby. Okay, FMC setup is complete. We've got 149 as our V2 speed. Okay, the door's not yet closed, but we'll do that in a sec. And then our anti-collision light on. Okay, so let's get that down. Okay, we'll just get our lights on here. Alright. Okay, so our APU is ready, so we'll connect to that. And then we will report ready for start. Zulu 0407 ready for push and start.
Sierra 407, push and start approved, facing to the north. Contact me when ready for taxi instructions.
Push and start approved facing north, we'll go Zulu 0407. Okay, so let's just get the charts up here. Alright, so for runway 19 we have over here, we are at the apron up here, so facing north we're probably going to get that taxi, so let's get that going. The logo light on.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door, standby for all call.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay, everything is closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We are getting ready to push past. Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Okay,
Ground to cockpit.
about right.
Tow is driving up.
Cool, so while that happens, I'm going to open up the Octet 1 Bravo departure. And let's have a look here. So we've got the CTV VOR, I'll tune that in, 115.7. And we will climb runway heading, which is runway 19.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Then we're going to turn right to 145. Climb to flight level 090. I was not cleared up to an altitude as yet. I'm going to put 090 in here, but I'll put it at
Springbok.
that, because I do believe I have not been cleared up to specific altitude, but I'm pretty sure I can put in what the standard departure says.
Tow connected and bypassed and inserted. Release parking
At
brake.
5 DME, we will then turn left to track
Starting
145.
pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, it's simple enough, so there's actually nothing really we need to configure for this. There's no speed limits or height limits.
Last caller calling Capetown Tower. Okay.
Okay, so there's no restrictions here. We will set altitude at 090. Okay, then we were told to tune our departure frequency, which is 119.70. Okay. Okay, so I'll get the flight directors on so long. Set up the MCP.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's get our checklist out here. So our generators must be on. Our APU can then come off. APU bleed off. Packs can come onto auto. Row beats are on. Start switches to continuous. Flaps were set to 5. Flight controls and recall checked. Okay. We are ready for taxi.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, we can get our strobe switch lights on. Wait for him to drive away and we'll get our taxi lights on. Okay, so we can expect a specific taxi route, which will be taxi to holding point 19 via... What's this? Is this just Alpha? Zulu Sierra 407 ready for taxi to runway 19.
Zulu Sierra 407, taxi to Island Alpha 2 for runway 19 and via the main apron, Alpha crossing 16 support ready for departure.
Taxi to holding point for runway 19 via Alpha, cross runway 16, Zulu Sierra 407. Okay, so we got clearance to cross runway 16, which is great. Can come off and we're off. So, straight up Alpha. not actually sure what the speed limit is for taxiing. I think it's 15 knots or 20 knots. Maybe someone can enlighten me.
Capetown today, Inbox 361 requesting IFR clearance as all 8,000 feet. Springbok 361, good evening. IFR status approved after departure runway 19 and comply to the Insom 1 Bravo departure. The departure frequency will be 119.700 and squawk 1171.
Put my strobe lights on, yeah, while we cross the runway. We have been giving clearance
Yes,
to
for
cross this runway.
IFR status of the active runway 19 confirm the Insom 1 Bravo and departure frequency 119.70. We'll be squawking 1102 on the road. Springbok 361. Springbok 361, just to confirm, you're going to squawk 1171. Oh, yes, 1171 on the box. Springbok 361. Springbok 361, your readback is correct. Contact me when ready for push and start, sir.
Okay.
We'll call you ready for push and start. Springbok 361. Capetown Tower, citation November 170, Papa Whiskey, radio check. November 170, Papa Whiskey, Capetown Tower, reading 555. Thank you, sir. Good evening. We are at citation and at Capetown Ground Bravo 1, and we request clearance to Lancero Airport as far. November 170 Papa Whiskey, no flight plan is filed. Please just file your flight plan. My apologies, sir. I'll do that now. Thank you. November 170 Papa Whiskey.
Yeah.
Very good evening, Captain Tower, Baltic Oscar, ready to check.
Goodness.
270 Baltic Oscar, Capetown Tower, reading 555.
Okay, we're waiting for time to get clearance here.
I'll read you a final path, thank you, sir.
Zulu Sierra 407 at runway 19, ready for takeoff.
Zulu 407, surface winds 150 and 4 knots, and runway 19 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 19, Zulu Sierra 407. Okay, that's us clear for takeoff. TARA.
Baltic Oscar, we are type Piper Arrow 3 at the cylinder generation apron. And we got one on board endurance about 2 hours, elapsed time 1 hour requesting taxi instructions for secondary landings, and we would prefer a Charlie intersection departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Zulu Golf Echo, taxi to intersection Charlie via the current position of the South Charlie and report ready for departure.
We will taxi via the Southern Hangars Hotel left onto the Bravo Charlie apron. Right onto the Charlie apron, Charlie taxiway, and we will report to you next, Baltic Oscar.
And off we go.
Captain ground Springbok 361, ready, push and start. Springbok 361, push and start through, facing to the north, report ready for taxi instruction. Yes, so push and start facing north for 19 report taxi next, Springbok 361. Tower citation 170 Papa Whiskey, the Jews not flight plan, and then is the request clearance to Lancero as far. November 1 to Papa Whiskey, stand by.
V1, rotate. Positive 3.
Standing by, to Papa Whiskey.
Positive rate, you're up, waiting for 1,000 feet.
400. 1,000.
1,000 feet, flaps up,
November 170 Papa Whiskey.
pilot engaged.
04 Whiskey, go ahead. November 170 Papa Whiskey, clear to Lanceria as filed after departure runway 19 and comply to the code is
Let's get
1
our
Bravo
terrain radar going.
departure. Your departure frequency will be
architect
119.70 and squawk 1155. Different to that start, the code is 1 Bravo departure. Frequency is 119.7, squawk 1155, we are runway 19 for the November 170 Papa Whiskey. 170 Papa Whiskey, request correct, leg break, Zulu 0407, contact Capetown departures on 119.7.
Contact Capetown departure 119.00, Zulu 0407, goodbye. Okay. Capetown departure, good evening, Zulu 0407, climbing to flight level 090. We are passing 4,000 feet via the Octet 1 Bravo departure.
Zulu 0407, good evening. You can further climb now flight level 150, proceed direct opposite.
Climb to further 150 and direct to Octet, Zulu 0407. Okay, so clear to 150 and we can go direct to Octet. There we go. Okay, so there's our top of climb. Pull up our to 1 Bravo. We're past 7,500, so we can switch to standard. When we get to 10,000 feet, we will get our pre-cruise set up. And release the cabin crew. Give a welcoming speech. Yeah, so as soon as we get up there, we will start planning our descent. I think George descends quite tricky because I don't think there's a standard arrival. It's there's like a zigzag approach. I'm not sure what we'll get clear to, but I think it's going to be interesting. Definitely more eventful than my previous stream. Our after takeoff checklist. Okay, conditioning is set. Engine start switches are auto. Landing gear is off. Auto brakes off. Flaps are up. No lights, and altimeter is set. Okay, it's all good. And then past 10,000 feet, so landing lights will come off. And we can release the passengers. Alright, on our way now, we can actually Avitab, yeah. Just heading over Somerset West now. Let's see what our passengers see. It is night time and yeah, we have not reached 1,000. 150. Zulu 0407 flying at flight level 150, requesting climb to flight level 250 for cruise.
Weather 7, you can contact Capetown Center 125.15, goodbye.
Contact Capetown Center 125.100. Zulu 0407, goodbye. Okay, off to Capetown Center. Capetown Center, good evening. Zulu 0407 with you at flight level 150.
Zulu 0407, Capetown Center, good evening, sir. Climb flight level 250.
Climb to flight level 250, Zulu 0407. Okay. Fortunately,
Zulu 0407, you are, correction, continuous flight. You can expect RNAV arrival runway 29 and report ready for descent.
expect RNAV arrival for runway 29er and report descent. Zulu 0407. Okay, so
Zumba 79, passing through now 3,000 feet, running 88.
Springbok 87 on the radar, identified under radar control, climb flight level 150, immediate right turn, direct position, Xander, that's X-ray Alpha November Delta Alpha.
we can continue and we're expecting RNAV 29.
Get direct to Center and climb to flight level 150,
So RNAV for 29. Seem to be missing it. Have a quick check. Maybe you missed it. Yep, I missed it. Okay, no problem. Should be there now.
All stations on this frequency, Capetown Center will be stepping out for 2 minutes.
Okay. I'm missing this. There we go. I have it. Okay. Just check it. So we're climbing to our cruising altitude now. I think everything's alright. Let's try and review this. Okay, so we need to make sure we remain south of the runway because of all the mountainous terrain, so we'll definitely have our terrain radar for that. I think we can actually switch to weather radar now and take it from there. Okay, so holding point altitude 4,600, so there's a hold at Tilas. Let's just get that coded in here actually. So our arrival will be for the RNAV 29. We've got the Tilas here. Hold. Let's get that in. Definitely not big, so let's get the Tilas in. And we'll have a look at that in a sec.
1,000 to go.
Okay, so let's actually get from XMU to Tilas directly. We might get some vectoring, I'm not sure. Okay, we're reaching our cruising altitude now. A little bit of clouds. Then announce our leveling off. Let's get the cabin lighting to sleep.
You're going to head and turn off the seatbelt this time. Just remember, if you are in your seats, keep your seatbelts fastened in case we do experience any unexpected turbulence.
Very nice. Okay.
Say 879, climb flight level 370.
Climb variable 370, window 379.
Okay, so
Capetown 10 link 8676 is a couple of percent.
Link 87, direction link 8676% of flight level 140.
we have VNAV. We're going to be setting
Not to
our
flight level
RNAVs to
140,
103.
8676.
I hope that's correct.
Link 8676, my apologies. So can you just in flight level 160?
Okay.
Flight level 160, link 8676.
So our top of descent is going to be in approximately 10 minutes. Nice and short flight. Okay, so we've got our minimum set in. We've got our step downs here. So Tilas at 5,800 feet. Let's have a look if we have that. Tilas would be 5,800 feet. That is set correctly at 233 knots. There's no speed restrictions, so that's good. We will then go to ETLAG for 3,900 feet, which is correct. And then our final approach fix is at 2,500 feet, which is correct. And then finally we will touch down. Pretty straightforward. Basically, when we at the final approach fix, we should be completely set up for landing. So cruising level is 8,000 feet. We might get a hold here, so I'll just be ready for that. Okay, let's see how this goes. I haven't done many RNAV approaches, I must admit. How's the stream looking? Very quiet. Cool. You can have our top of descent anytime now. So we can actually plan, if we have a missed approach, we will climb max 230 knots, climb to 8,500 feet in, and then left direct to G2. So that I think is set here. Yes, it is. All those are. And then finally we'll hold it till us. Okay, cool. So let's quickly step through this and see that it matches correctly. So there's the hold at Tilas. Then lag and then 8 down. Okay, pretty straightforward. So the main objective is to get to lag at 3,900. I think that should be in our descent. Oh, we don't know that yet. It's only when we start our descent. Should be the case. Alright, let's keep doing that. I need to align my heading in case we get infected. Okay, so we're cruising here. We have a ground speed of 413 knots, which is nice and quick.
Springmark 879 after position extended continuous flow.
Costa Leonard, pushing itself to booking to the next.
Going through a little bit of weather at minus 16 degrees. I don't think that calls for. Actually, no, it does. It's a plus 10. So let's get our engine anti-ice on. Oh wow, landing lights on. Must have missed that. Oops. We'll make sure we have our terrain radar once we are at our top of descent again. Need to be careful of those mountains on the left.
Link 8676, maintain flight level 160 until network.
Maintain flight level 160 until Israel 8676.
Okay. Crazy crabbing there, it seems. What's the wind like? Yeah, 67 knots, 206. It's quite intense. going to be a very interesting landing. I hope I don't mess this up, but no judgment. Okay, we're coming up close to our tip of descent. Get my fixed rings, so for runway 29. Driver's mile, 29, yeah. For runway 29, let's get a 10-mile fix. And we'll get a 6-mile ring. And at least I just like to use that to figure out when my flaps should, when it's rather the right time for the flaps. So looks like Capetown Center will be taking us all the way down to the stand. Let's quickly have a look at the aerodrome. So we're coming in here at runway 29. I'm going to have to vacate, or try to vacate here in the middle. So no floaters allowed. What is this distance? 3,000. Quite a short runway. Well, let's see how it goes. Worst case, we'll just have to go all the way down. Try to put it down nice and firm. Let's get a buff 40. Alright, initial reference. Here's our VREF at 142, so we should touch down at
Zulu 0407 when ready to descend flight level 110.
When ready for descent to flight level 110, Zulu 0407. Yes, we got clearance down to 110. Our top of descent is almost there. So sorry, what I was saying is for 142, so we should touch down at 147 knots. That's the target touchdown speed. Here comes our vertical path indicator, so we should get to retard and then idle on go. Okay. May need to manage this because I didn't put in the winds.
Capetown Center, delivering citation November 170, Papa Whiskey at flight level 150.
Citation 17 Papa Whiskey, back from control, very good evening sir, identified, climb flight level 250 and continue guidance 1 Bravo departure.
Flight level 350 and continue to reach 1 Bravo. Citation on November 170, Papa Whiskey.
Okay, so we can do our descent checklist now. The images wings put on the seatbelt. Descent checklist, pressurization, landing altitude set to 650 feet. Anti-ice, not really weather required, at least on there. We'll turn that off for now. And then our approach has been discussed and our altitude very set So we should be good for now. So our estimated landing time is 12 minutes past 6 for Zulu time. George up ahead. Look at that crazy side wind. And there's the runway. Fantastic. Okay, so here I've got 112 heading now. I don't think there's any VORs or anything I can put in. Let's have a look actually. For the RNAV 129.
November 170, Papa Whiskey after Cody's 25.
Yes, well, thank you. November 170, Papa Whiskey.
Okay, our RNAV is picked out here. Our descent profile. So, as you can see, we are not on profile at all yet. That's fine. Because we're going to go over the runway and then left. We'll get our terrain radar in. Make sure we don't hit any mountains.
Okay, 676, contact Capetown and approach 119.707 landings, bye-bye.
So as I come in here, it's really the mountains are.
Over to Capetown approach and 119.7 link 8676. Thanks for your coverage. Bye bye.
Still got quite a crosswind here, so this is going to be a very interesting landing. I'm very good at these crosswind landings, I must admit.
Zulu 0407, continue descent altitude 3,500 feet, QNH 1017.
Okay, continue descent to 3,500 feet, QNH 1017, Zulu 0407. Okay, down to
Zulu 0407, you are cleared for RNAV approach runway 29, report established ILS runway 29.
Report established ILS runway 29 Zulu 0407. Okay, so we do have to tune in the ILS. I did not know that. I thought that if you do RNAV, there's no ILS.
We reached our cruising altitude.
There's nothing
Request 5 minutes away from cockpit.
Mark 879, you just about out of my airspace, sir. Switch to Unicom 122.80, continue our navigation. Have a good evening, bye-bye.
Okay, so for ILS runway
On navigation at Unicom 122.8,
9,
Inbox 879.
it is 110.1 and the track is for reduce. They're still bang on the descent profile, which is at least good. Oh no, this is going to work now because I've got the RNAV stuff set in. I don't think I can use the DNIs. 294. Let's get the course in. Maybe ILS and RNAV is just I'm confused. Maybe if someone's watching they can enlighten me. Well, let's arm our approach and see. If it doesn't work, we'll just fly the RNAV as I usually do.
November 170, Papa Whiskey, climb to your cruise, flight level 430.
430
Do our
for
approach
Papa Whiskey, thank you.
Approach altitude set 2,500 feet. Approach aids as we sit. There we can tell cabin crew 10 minutes to land, and our landing lights come on. Going a bit fast there. Quite a heavy turn here now. Very
Zulu
intense.
Sierra 407, would you prefer vectors for the approach runway 29?
Zulu Sierra 407, we would like vectors for runway 29 as Zulu Sierra.
Zulu Sierra 407, no problem, sir. Your RNAV approach is cancelled under radar control. Turn left heading 20, descend 3,000 feet.
Sorry, please confirm the heading, Zulu Sierra 407.
Zulu Sierra 407, left heading 020.
Turn left heading 020, Zulu Sierra 407. Yeah, let's try this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the arrival ILS 9. Let's see how that goes.
Zulu Sierra 407, continue left hand turn heading 320.
Left to heading 320, Zulu Sierra 407. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. I actually just said yes because I want to see what it's like. I'm still on the descent path. We have got the ILS in now, at least. We can let's do flat one.
Zulu Sierra 407, clear for ILS into runway 29 and report established.
Clear for ILS, runway 29er, report established, Zulu Sierra 407. down to about 5, yeah. Speed. Okay, so I haven't got my ILS here. Final approach fixed 2,500. I'm staying in my altitude. Oh no. Did not have this set up properly. It's, yeah. I'm too high now. Not too high. Let's see if we can get this right. Yeah, no, we've completely missed this. Julie 0407, my apologies, we have missed the ILS approach when changing from RNAV to ILS. The configs were not set up correctly.
0407, so are you able to accept that visual approach?
1,000 to go.
That's a negative 0407. Might have to make a missed approach.
0407, no problem, sir. Maintain heading 290, climb 3,000 feet.
$1,000 to go.
Okay, climb 3,000 feet, remain heading 290, Okay, that was my bad. Let's get the flaps up. Whoa, this plane is going crazy right now. What? That might be a bug. We're on 3,000 feet. Okay, so the RNAV approach.
0407, right turn heading 360.
Then right heading 360. What was something? We'll keep our speed at 171. A little bit faster. Okay, so while he gets there, our final approach fix for the ILS will be 2,500 feet. No, sorry. 1,240. That's very low. Okay, he is bringing us straight towards this mountain. I hope he begins that.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Positive rate.
And we have crashed. I should have seen that. Oh my word, can you believe it on VATSAF? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect here. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll do better next time.